So here is SPCE, Virgin Galactic. This finishes at $10.74 today. That is up 31.94%. Please like the video, please subscribe, and catch me every weekday after market close on the Smarter Gambling Show. Here is AMC Entertainment. This finishes at $19.48 today. That is up 9.75%. So once again, we're talking about AMC. Major price action here today. And this was number 2 on StockTwits after SPY. So once again, we will analyze it. So it seems like this price action today was because, in general, market did really well, especially the growth/meme stocks. And we also had some minor news here, so let's check it out. All right, so the news is that AMC Theaters acquires and will reopen Chicago area movie theater Evanston 12. So it says the movie theater was previously operated by Cinemark. So AMC bought them out and it's going to reopen the movie theater. And this comes after they did the same thing for 2 other movie theaters, one in San Diego, I believe, and one somewhere else. So AMC is acquiring a lot of properties and expanding. So minor news there, but probably had somewhat of a factor on the stock price. So yeah, it seems like overall market sentiment and bullish news there causing the price to go up almost 10% today. Very nice. So let's go ahead and analyze here. So first of all, this looks like a cup and handle in the making here. Bottom of the cup being around 1410. And it looks like the top of the cup could either be 2435, 29, or 3090. This actually can go up to 42 as well, although that's pretty unlikely. But it doesn't really matter where the top of the cup is. Those are all bullish indicators. That is telling us this stock should come back up to one of those tops to complete the cup. This also looks like a bull flag in the making, and we are getting some confirmation right now. So here's the flag pole, and now the flag is forming. So that's another bullish indicator that is telling us this stock may want to break out to the upside. And if you guys want to follow along, the link to the chart is in the description down below. So right now this is trading between the sideways channel, the rectangle of 2035 and 1855. So if this goes to the upside, next levels of resistance would be 2035, 2245, 2435, 2535, 2675, 2785, 2895, 3090, 3195, 3365, 3480, 3605, 3760, 39, and then 4020. There is resistance above 4020, but we're not going to discuss that right now. And if this goes to the downside, next levels of support would be 1855, 1730, 1650, 1535, 1410, 1295, $12, 1090, and then 985. There is support below 985, but we're not going to discuss that right now. So right now at this current price, 950. The channels to the upside are pretty wide. So if this continues to run to the upside, expect a significant increase in price action. Looks pretty bullish there. But to the downside, the channels are normal sized. So expect a normal amount of price action if this runs to the downside. RSI is currently at 52. So that is pretty average there. So according to the RSI, this current price of 1950 is around fair market value. And this did 39.5 million in volume today, which is way below the average. So this pump today was not confirmed by the volume. Just my opinion, not financial advice. And we already talked about this yesterday, so it's going to be more or less the same. The chart does look pretty bullish right now. Again, we have the cup and handle, bull flag, wide channels to the upside, all bullish indicators, no bearish indicators, and we have a neutral indicator in the RSI. So overall, it does look slightly bullish to bullish in the short and long terms right now. I've been saying past couple of times we covered this, I thought 1410 was a really excellent entry. Came up quite a bit since then. But even here at 1950, still a pretty decent price. Not the best, but pretty good. So therefore, if you want to go long, not financial advice, I would support going long at 1950 and lower. If it pulls back below 1950, then you can just average down at the supports that I mentioned before. But yeah, a lot of bullish indicators, a lot of upside potential, no bearish indicators, not too much downside potential. So this does appear to be a pretty good buy here in the short and long terms. Now, if you want to go short, not financial advice, I would not do that, and I would not recommend that. Again, a lot of bullish things going for the stock right now, a lot of upside potential, not too much downside potential. This is AMC. This is the meme stock. Never underestimate the apes. I think at most, this will pull back down to around $14. Maybe you can get around a 25-30% gain on the downside here, but I think that's pretty unlikely. I would say going short here would be a high risk, medium reward play. It could work out, just way too dangerous for my liking. It is pretty decent money to the downside, but you'd be exposing yourself to a lot of upside risk here, and you could easily get squeezed out. So it doesn't seem to be that great of an idea. There are much better short plays out there in the market. This one looks a bit too risky for my liking. So I would not do that, and I would not recommend that. So pretty straightforward here, guys. Looks like a pretty good buy for the short and long terms, and really don't see a reason why you would go short on this. So congratulations to everyone who made money in the stock today, and good luck to everyone currently in this stock and to everyone looking to take a position. This is AMC Entertainment. So here is SPCE, Virgin Galactic. This finishes at $10.74 today. That is up 31.94%. So major price action on the stock today. Haven't talked about Virgin Galactic in a while here, but this did make number 3 on StockTwits today after SPY and AMC, so it's worth analyzing. So there was a reason as to why the stock went up so much today. First of all, the market overall did really well, especially meme/growth. And then we had some pretty big news coming out here, so let's check it out. Okay, so the news is that the company is offering space flight reservations for $450,000. So if you have $450K, you can go ride on the Virgin Galactic rocket ship. And tickets go on sale tomorrow, February 16th, so immediately. So that's some pretty big news there, pretty bullish. This comes after a lot of delays on their test flight, and then after their test flight was successful, they got grounded by the Aviation Commission. So it's been setback after setback, but great news here, really bullish. Stock up 32% today, very nice. So let's go ahead and analyze here. So this looks like a triple gap down. First gap down at 31.30, second gap down at 23.65, and then the third gap down is around 12.35. So those are all bullish indicators that is telling us this stock should eventually come back up to all of those gaps to fill them. This also looks like a cup and handle in the making. Looks like the bottom of the cup is around 780, and there are multiple possible tops. It could be 1280, 1380, 1465, 1720, and it could go really as high as $53, although I think that's really unlikely. But it doesn't really matter where the top of the cup is. Those are all bullish indicators that is telling us that the stock should eventually come back up to one of those tops to complete the cup. This also looks like a possible bull flag in the making here. No confirmation just yet, but after today, after this big run, a flagpole is forming, and then all we would need is a flag to get confirmation, and that would be a bullish indicator that is telling us this stock may want to break out to the upside. And there is a gap up here today at 860. So that's a bearish indicator that is telling us this stock will probably come back down to 860 to fill this gap. And if you guys want to follow along, the link to the chart is in the description down below. So right now this is trading between the sideways channel, the rectangle of $10.85 and $10. So if this goes to the upside, next levels of resistance would be $10.85, $11.55, $12.80, $13.80, $14.65, $15.20, $15.95, $17.20, $18.20, $18.85, $19.55, $20.35, $20.95, $21.85, $22.60, $23.65, and then $25. There is resistance above $25, but we're not going to discuss that right now. And if this goes to the downside, next levels of support would be $10, $9, $8.45, $7.80, and then the low of $7.20. $7.20 is near the all-time low, no support below that. So right now at this current price, $10.75. The channels to the upside are really wide, so if this continues to run to the upside, expect a significant increase in price action. And to the downside, the channels are wide up until $9, so expect a significant amount of price action until this comes back down to $9. And then below 9, the channels are regular sized, so expect a regular amount of price action if this comes below $9. RSI is currently at 56, so that's a little above average there. So according to the RSI, the current market price, $10.75, maybe a little bit too high. And this did 181 million in volume today. Very significant volume. Second biggest volume day of the year. So this pump today was confirmed by the volume. Okay guys, just my opinion, not financial advice. The chart looks really bullish, I have to admit. Again, triple gap down, cup and handle, bull flag, all really bullish indicators. We have a bearish indicator in the gap up and a neutral indicator in the RSI. But overall, the chart does look pretty bullish in the long term, I would say. I am pretty concerned about this gap up form today at 860. I think this ran on really good PR, really good news, and usually the gaps do fill. So I do think in the short term here, this will pull back down to 860 before it goes back up again. So in my opinion, I think short term, this will probably pull back to 860. Longer term, this looks really bullish. So therefore, if you want to go long, not financial advice, 1075 is a pretty decent entry, but personally, I would wait and set the buy orders at 860. And I think that'd be a really, really excellent entry. If you're a little patient, maybe a couple of days, couple of weeks here, you should be able to get this back at 860. So I would support going long at 860 and lower. If it pulls back below 860, then you can just average down at the supports that I mentioned before. Now, if you want to go short, not financial advice, again, I think it's coming back down to 860. So it's a pretty decent play. From this current price, 1075 down to 860, that is around a 15 to 20% downside. Not the most tendies in the world, but pretty decent tendies there. It's not the safest play in the world because there is a lot of upside potential, but you should be able to make a relatively easy 15 to 20% if you go short at this current price, 1075. So I would say going short here would be a medium risk, medium reward play. There is risk involved, but this should come back to 860. So I'm not really loving the play, but I would support going short here at 1075, and I would say please cover at 860. Get in, get your tendies, get out. This is not really one you want to hold for that long on the short side here. This is a quick scalp on the short side. So decent play going short here, not the best, but you should be able to make around 20% to the downside. So pretty straightforward here, guys. Short term, I do think it's going to pull back to 860, and then longer term looks pretty bullish, a lot of upside potential. So congratulations to everyone who made money in the stock today. Consider taking profits if you're up, not financial advice. And good luck to everyone currently in the stock and to everyone looking to take a position. This is SPCE, Virgin Galactic Holdings. So here is BBIG Vinco Ventures. This finishes at $3.53 today. That is up 13.5%. So we've been talking about BBIG quite a bit lately, but this made number 4 on StockTwits today after SPY, AMC, and Virgin Galactic. So we will analyze it again. So there really was no reason to justify this price action today. The overall market did go up, especially for growth/meme stocks. And it seems like, based on the social media sentiment, that the apes are still trying to squeeze this stock. Apes still really like this stock.
We like the stock.
Just speculation though. So let's jump right in. Let's go ahead and analyze here. So first of all, we do have a triple gap down. One at 950, one at 750, and one at 585. So those are all bullish indicators. That is telling us that the stock should eventually come back up to fill all of those gaps. And then we have this cup and handle in the making here. Bottom of the cup being around 295. And it looks like the top of the cup is 535 or 555. And really, this could be an even bigger cup that tops out at around $11 or $12, although that looks pretty unlikely at this point. But that is another bullish indicator that is telling us that the stock should go back up to one of those tops to complete the cup. And if you guys want to follow along, the link to the chart is in the description down below. So right now, this is trading between the sideways channel, the rectangle of 375 and 350. So if this goes to the upside, next levels of resistance would be 375, 405, 425, 460, 485, 515, 535, 555, 585, $6, 620, 650, 680, and then 705. There is resistance above 705, but we're not going to discuss that right now. And if this goes to the downside, next levels of support would be 350, 330, 315, 295, 265, 250, 225, 215, 195, 175, 160, 135, and then the low of 120. 120 is near the all-time low. No support below that. So right now at this current price, 353, the channels to the upside are pretty wide. So expect a significant amount of price action if this continues to run to the upside. And to the downside, the channels are also pretty wide up until 265. So if this goes to the downside, expect a significant amount of price action until this hits 265, and then expect a regular amount of price action below that. RSI is currently at 54, so a little bit above average there, but according to the RSI, this current price of 353 is around fair market value, maybe a little bit higher than it should be. And this did 33 million in volume today, which is above average, so this pump today was confirmed by the volume. Okay guys, just my opinion, not financial advice, and we've been covering BBIG quite a bit, so it's going to be more or less the same. The chart does look pretty bullish in the short and long terms. Again, triple gap down, cup and handle, wide channels to the upside, all bullish indicators, really no bearish indicators, and we have a neutral indicator in the RSI. So overall, looks slightly bullish to bullish. So therefore, if you want to go long, not financial advice, you did miss a really good entry at 290, but here at 355, it's still a pretty good entry, especially if you're willing to hold for the long term. A lot of bullish indicators, a lot of upside potential, no bearish indicators, and not too much downside potential. I think really the worst this can get is 265. It really shouldn't move too much to the downside after that. So I would support going long at 355 and lower. If it pulls back below 355, then you can just average down at the supports that I mentioned before. But yeah, longer term, a lot of upside potential here. This should eventually fill the gap at 750. That's over a 100% upside. And then it should fill the gap at 950, which is even more upside. May take a while. Not sure how it's going to go in the short term, but longer term, really good play. Short term looks pretty good as well. Now, if you want to go short, not financial advice, I would not do that, and I would not recommend that. Again, a lot of bullish indicators, a lot of upside potential, no bearish indicators, not too much downside potential. Again, I do think max pain would be around 265. So maybe you can get around a 25-30% gain to the downside, but honestly, I really don't think it's worth it. I would say going short here would be a high risk, medium reward play. Decent amount of money to be made, but not a great chance it's going to go down that low, and a good chance it goes to the upside and you get squeezed out. So just too risky for my liking. Doesn't seem too smart. There are way better short plays out there in the market, and BBIG doesn't seem to be too great of a short play right now. So personally, I would not do that, and I would not recommend that. So pretty straightforward here, guys. Looks like a pretty good buy for the long and short terms, and don't really see a reason why you would go short here. That's pretty risky. So congratulations to everyone who made money in the stock today, and good luck to everyone currently in the stock and to everyone looking to take a position. This is BBIG Vinco Ventures. Thanks everyone for watching today. I appreciate you guys. Please like the video, please subscribe, and catch me every weekday after market close on the Smarter Gambling Show. You apes already know, diamond hands to the moon. I'm Ty. This is Smarter Gambling. See you guys tomorrow. Peace out.